Hey guys, Patrick Johnston here, managing broker, co-owner of GoDominicanLife.com and LasTerrenasLife.com, right here in beautiful Las Puentes, Samana, which is about 10 minutes from downtown Las Terrenas to what I call the Villa on the Hill. Look at this view. Can you, I don't even want to do the video anymore.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Can you imagine? Anyway. Look, we're here, and this video series is always about, this one is about clients and client success, and also the introduction of what everything Samana has to offer to our friends and family and colleagues that come down to visit us. So today I'm with Carol Reid. Carol Reid arrived here literally 10, 12 days ago now, and I think I'll give you the bit of a background of how I know Carol, because I think that's a funny story. We did not know each other. She's a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And when the pandemic hit, Carol's a single lady, just in case there's anybody out there that wants to know that. And her other single friend, Shelly, in case you want to know her, she'll be here sometime in the future. But they live not close to each other, about 2 hours away from each other.
Yeah.
But they were stuck, of course, like everybody else was, in their home by themselves and like going crazy. So Shelly reached out to me. I don't know how we reached out, because we worked together, her and I, 25 years ago. And then we just started a Facebook Messenger group chat. So every day when I got home from my normal routine down here, they found it kind of mesmerizing and crazy that we would just sit and text back and forth about all of the shit show that each of us were experiencing through all of that. I know you can relate to this, right? So sometimes it would be me crying, then other times it was Carol, then it was Shelly, then we'd be all laughing, and then I kept saying, well, when this is all done, you got to come down here and experience everything exactly how we do it. Yeah. So they were supposed to come together. Shelly couldn't make it at the last second, and Carol said, God damn it, I'm leaving. And I said, okay. But the last few days leading up to the time, it was like, because the fear of everything in the media driving like the world is ending format, you were not sure, even if you were going to get here.
Right up to the bitter end, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I've been living in a box for, well, almost 2 years, right?
Yeah. And it's not like, I think you gathered by now, both viewers and Carol, that what I tell people is actually the real show. And it seems very fake, I would assume, because each of us for the last 2 years were stuck in an environment of whatever our environment was. And meanwhile, down here, it was like nothing ever hit.
Yeah.
Like this area is the size of Nova Scotia, roughly, Samana. We experienced literally a tenth of 1% of what all of you in the US and Canada faced, mainly because this province is so unpopulated. We are naturally social distancing on a daily basis.
Yeah,
right?
it's true, actually. Yeah.
So we're very, very fortunate in this part of the unique part of the island and the world to be forced to hang out in this. And so it made a lot of sense. So finally, I picked Carol up at the airport. And Carol, of course, we had to let her go through her motions of 1,000 questions in 1,000 minutes. What's this? What's that? What's happening? What's this? Is this normal? What's going on? I'm like, okay, just relax. So on the fourth day, all of a sudden, all those questions became, I'm good. I know where everything is now. I'm here.
I can do it. I can do it. It's so true. It's so true. And I never expected to have had that experience so quickly, I think. You know, being used to, being in an all-inclusive environment for all of my other trips. This was very unusual and out of the comfort zone for me. But I learned quickly that, it's safe here. It's a place where people are happy no matter what their circumstances, no matter where they're living, no matter what they're doing. They're just loving life and living it to the fullest. And that became very prevalent very quickly to me. And that's something that I really, just made me have a whole different perspective
Yeah.
You know, in terms of what I was expecting, because you have it in your mind, you know,
Yep.
I'm probably not going to like it. You know, Patrick's just saying all this stuff because, well, hey, you know.
I'm trying to sell her something. Let's be real, right?
Well, yeah, and I mean, I mean,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
yeah, but it, you know, the real life that you're living really came through and showed clearly, you know, the difference and how we can have a life like this, any of us, if we really,
Yeah.
if we want to change our ways of being so rigid and structured. And, you know, here there isn't really that sense of structure that we have
No, I know.
back home,
I mean,
Patrick, you know?
we really don't have a commuting time. So most people commute up to 2 hours each way to work. We're like 35 seconds to where you need to be
Yeah.
for whatever you do. And the other thing I show a lot of clients, including Carol, is that I show the real aspects of all life. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I don't show you things only that I show you, and then I live a totally different life.
Yeah.
We went to the Campo. We went to a few Dominican friends' homes. She experienced what it's like to go to the disco in the Campo
Yeah.
on a Sunday afternoon on Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah.
Or to walk on a 7-mile beach at the top 7 beaches in the world, Playa Rincon, and realize this is the national holiday in the Dominican Republic that day. It should be the busiest time that's ever here. And that's very normal, like 5 people on a 7-mile beach.
Yeah, that was crazy. And those are the things that, for me, I cherish those
Yep.
experiences the most. You know, the openness of the people, like they're just so welcoming and it's genuine. You can tell, you know, they were thrilled to have me come into their home. And
Yeah.
you don't get that back home. You know, we walk into our homes, shut the door, we don't know who our neighbors are.
Yep.
And here, like, honestly, that Sunday where we went to the Campo, and again, I had been talking to you for what, almost 2 years, and you've been describing it, but it still just didn't do it justice until I was actually right there, immersed in it.
Yep.
And I still smile now. Like, I keep looking back at my little videos when I'm dancing, and
Yeah.
it's just like, wow,
People are genuinely happy to meet you and see you.
Yeah, it's
They're not trying to
true.
take something from you.
Yeah.
They're just wanting to give. And that's the greatest part of it, right?
Exactly. Even here today, one of your fellows that's here, like, he's so proud to show me around here and teach me about this and show me that, and it's just really quite, yeah, it's quite magical.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it's part of the magic of this part of the world is that you can do absolutely, literally anything you want to do,
Yep.
and you can create whatever you want to do. And now here's another exercise, a couple exercises we went through over the last couple of years, not knowing Carol, not even talking to her on video. This is just on text for 95% of it.
Yeah.
I was asking her questions like, because she enjoys her life now, or then in the north, but what I could tell is that she's going through the same things that I went through, which is basically you're on a treadmill of conditioning of how society expects you to act, work, and live. So she literally is working herself to death. She does not know or won't give won't remove from her subconscious mind that she has already achieved everything she had to achieve in the north. And we went through this exercise that I did on video before, which is called the Runway of Life, that if you take all of your assets, whatever those are, and make them into liquid or money form, real physical money form, and you then have a fixed operating cost of your life in North America, and then you can say, okay, my runway of life here is X number of years or months. So we did that on text, and then I said, well, down here, if you don't have a mortgage, and you have between $1,500 to $2,000, American or Canadian, doesn't matter, just where you're from, do that same number. And how many, without specifically, it was very close to 100 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Something
It's a
like
lot.
that.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Longer than I'm ever going to live.
meaning if you do not earn a single more dollar in your life, that you can live on, and we didn't even account for interest,
Yeah.
just on money depletion for 100 years. Now, Carol is 17 years old, so she had to really make sure that math was correct. But the point is that you can get off that treadmill in, number one, knowing your runway of life, and number two, the best thing that we have learned as a global society during these weird couple of years is that you can, and all companies were literally forcing us to do, which is work from home.
Yeah.
So I've said, if you have to work from freaking home, choose a better home
Yeah.
if that's what you want.
Yeah.
So you can work, let's use an example. You could buy this home, you could have double different internet, different service providers, off the grid and on the grid electricity, set up your office right there in front and plug away doing your stuff,
Yeah.
which means you're earning dollars from the north and you're living your life in pesos. And it is so hard to explain, and it's almost like it's a punch in the face. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
But now that you're here, you can sort of say the exercise, but the resistance, which we went through yesterday,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
resistance is always going to be, and I've said this before in video, friends and family and colleagues and the neighbors and the family dog will all try to say,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
And they're not meaning it negatively. They mean
It's
it from
fear
the
of
heart.
unknown.
But they have not gone through that same exercise, nor have they experienced what you've experienced this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
And that will be your battle
Yeah.
up here to say, well, selfishly, it's all about you. It's not about me. You know, I don't do any sales in this company. I've told
Yep.
you that. It's my business partner who does sales. But I do operations and education, training and coaching. And this is the same thing I'll say to everybody, is that just change your home base, which is your home base. You can be here, let's call it, you're here for 3 weeks a month, and 1 week you have to go back to the head office, whatever that means,
Yep.
to spend some time there. You can do that still.
Yep.
And so it's just changing your zip code, your postal code, your whatever. Everything's online, everything's in the cloud. You can support everybody, and you can do that. There's certain careers you can't, but you may have to shift your career path to do something that's slightly different, right?
Yep.
Because skills are
100%.
transferable.
Yep. 100%. 100%. And taking the leap to come here and witness this type of a life that's the first step that's needed, obviously, right? So
No, it's called do the gut check, go through the math, keep the education in your mind, experience it.
yeah.
We introduced you to everybody to ask any question you want, and everybody is saying, without me programming them,
I know.
the same sort of information, like
Yeah.
all types of fields from all over the world doing their
So
thing.
interesting. That's I've been very surprised by that too. The type of people that I've met and their background and their history, and yet the common denominator is that they all want to be here.
Yeah.
And it's really quite fascinating.
So as we wrap up this video, I want you to say a single statement of what is the biggest aha moment in this 2 weeks so far? And then I'll tell you from the outside looking in what I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think for me that aha moment is the fact that you can continue to live a good life with having to use much less in terms of
Yep.
dollars, and just take away the stress and just have a better quality life. That's been the biggest aha.
My observation for you is that happiness you cannot buy. Happiness is a state of mind. And we were eating at a seafood restaurant on the beach with our toes in the sand 2 nights ago. And we were laughing so hard the entire dinner that we were crying.
Yeah,
And that, I swear you haven't done in 2 years.
I know. Hey, that's a given.
Right?
That is a given. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
can you
lots
imagine
of
then
great
taking that
things.
state of mind and that being your regular state of mind?
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty blissful for sure, for sure.
So on behalf of Carol's from near Toronto in Canada, by the way, and single, just so you know. if you text me down below at 829-525-1782. If we can help you with anything, of course, reach out to us. We can help you transfer your life from one side to the other side and make it as smooth as possible with our entire team. So as I say to everybody and always, life is better at the beach. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.